Hello and welcome to this lesson where we are going to explain CSR and CSI. So in the previous video, I'll put the link in the description, was a music video about CSR and CSI, so you can easily remember the differences between the two concepts. In this lesson, we will dive deeper into what it means, CSR and CSI, and how it is applied by businesses in actual reality. So, a couple of examples to help you with your examination answers. So, let's get started. Right, so the first concept, CSR. So, what is CSR? Corporate social responsibility. So, how a company conducts its everyday business responsibly and ethically to benefit society and the environment. So, what they do in their company to be responsible. How do they treat their people in their company? How are they making products or services that it benefits the people and the environment and not bringing harm to the environment? And then CSI is your corporate social investment. So the actual money, time, and resources a company invests in projects to uplift community. So what the company does to help people outside the business in communities. So we'll look at various examples of how this actually works. So firstly, we'll look at examples of CSR. So the behavior and responsibility built into the way the company works. So let's look at examples. So this is an example from the company Woolworths. So in 2024, Woolworths launched an 8-week trial removing plastic barrier bags in 12 stores across the Western Cape and Gauteng. The trial tests alternatives such as responsibly sourced paper bags and drip absorbent mats with the goal of eliminating 11 million plastic bags annually. So what does this mean? So what does this mean for corporate social responsibility? So how is it part of it? So the environmental care. So reducing plastic waste and pollution. So remember, it's still part of what the company does within the company to take care of the environment. It's sustainable practices. So part of Woolworths' ongoing good business journey, how they do business, is to be sustainable. It's an ongoing responsibility built into their daily operations, and it's not a once-off project. It's what they are doing daily to be responsible, to be a responsible company. And it's customer awareness. So encourages shoppers to think about reusable options, to also make customers think that it is good to take care of the environment. And then it is part of the triple bottom line. If you haven't heard of the triple bottom line before, it's about people, planet, profit. And those three concepts must be in balance. So to balance profit, the money that the company makes, with being responsible to the people and the planet or the environment. Another example is Sasol, that puts employees' safety at the heart of its operations with a clear commitment to a zero harm culture. Its strategy includes risk-based safety, health, and environment. So the leadership-driven safety policies and detailed incident investigations and worker training programs with values like be safe and be caring. Sasol ensures that every employee and service provider returns home safely each day. They're responsible towards their employees. So how is it part of CSR? So it's built into their everyday operation. So safety is not just a once-off project. It is what they need to do every day. You need to keep people safe every day. And it's an ethical obligation. So it reflects Sasol's responsibility to protect its workforce physically and morally. And then it's a long-term impact. It promotes a safer working culture. So as you can see in the company, to have your people safe and a safe working culture in the company, which benefits employees, their families, and then also the broader community. A last example of corporate social responsibility is the company Discovery Health has built employee wellness into its CSR by offering flexible working hours, health and fitness programs, and career development opportunities. They provide staff with access to mental health support, wellness days, and continuous training. So Discovery also champions diversity and inclusion, ensuring equal opportunities across gender and race. This creates a safe, fair, and supportive working environment. So again, what does this mean? How is it part of CSR? So it focuses on the workers, on the employees, to make sure they're healthy, safe, and that they have a good well-being. It's built into the operations. Again, it's not once off. It is an ongoing policy to promote good company culture. It's ethical responsibility to treat employees fairly, showing accountability to society. And it's a long-term impact. Health, supported workers, and they are then more productive and loyal on the long term. So that is your CSR examples that is out there. So it is real life application examples in South Africa. Then CSI, so action and investment programs and projects given to society. So first example is Shoprite Holdings. So to fight hunger and build resilience, Shoprite supports over 240 community food gardens across South Africa, helping vulnerable communities grow, produce, gain skills, and generate an income. So at market day events like those held in May 2024, emerging farmers from about 50 gardens sell their fresh produce directly to shoppers at Shoprite and Checkers stores. So what does this mean? How is this part of CSI? So it is a direct investment in the community. So Shoprite provides the seeds, the tools, the training, and resources to vulnerable groups. And it focuses on upliftment programs. So the goal is to fight hunger and create an income opportunity for communities. So helping them to produce the food, and from there so that they can make their own income. So it's not part of daily operations within their business. It is selling groceries, is Shoprite's core business, but the food gardens are an extra investment outside of the normal business practice. Another example of CSI is Bidvest International Logistics, and they offer bursaries and student grants, including to dependents of employees, operating an accredited training academy that provides learnership and previously disadvantaged individuals and persons with disabilities. They support school-based projects in Gauteng where learners complete portfolios and top performers receive laptops, school uniforms, calculators, dictionaries, and math sets. So what does this mean? So it is specific upliftment projects. Programs like bursaries, learnership, and school competitions are targeted interventions. And it's not core to their business operations. Again, it's outside, projects outside of the business. So social impact priority, the focus is on education, skills development, and empowerment for the youth. And then beyond the business operations, so these initiatives exist beside their main logistic services, so emphasizing corporate generosity rather than daily practice. And then our last example for CSI. So a company called Signia implements a robust CSI program aimed at supporting underprivileged individuals. Their initiatives include supporting education and development from early childhood development to tertiary readiness, hosting a movie day at the Homestead Yizani drop-in center for children, and donating winter warmers. Also, donating essentials like stove and toiletries to the SA Children's Home, helping feed around 120 children daily. So lastly, again, what does this mean? How is it part of CSI? So it focuses on community investment. The efforts are about providing resources, school supplies, warm clothing, entertainment, and food and healthy services to vulnerable groups. And also, separate from core operations within the business, Signia's main business and financial services and asset management. These CSI efforts go beyond their daily business. So that is CSI. So remember, CSR, responsibility in the business, how the business is within their company, how they treat their employees, and what measures they have within their company. And CSI, investment outside the business. How are they helping people that is not their employees, but the communities outside of their business?